Welcome again to hashtag In Conversation With, hosted by yours truly. Nomcebo Msane is the name. Today we are gonna have a wonderful conversation. We are going to be learning a lot more about the Forex business. There's so many misconceptions when it comes to Forex as a business. Many people have been scammed, people have lost money trying to trade. Like, it's a lot. There's a lot of people who believe it's just a balloon that people use to scam people. There's a lot going on, but little did we all know that it's actually a legitimate business, and today we're going to learn that more about it. I have our guest here, Mr. Sinqobile Ngubane. He is a business developer, an entrepreneur, a Forex educator, a mentor. That's a long list of titles. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. And yourself, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit more about who you are and the business a little bit. How did you get in the business?
Where do I start? Okay, my name is Sinqobile, like you said, Ngubane, from KZN. I'm an accounting graduate from the University of Johannesburg. I completed my, I think when was it, around 2011. And then after that, I joined the bank. I was working with Nedbank doing cross-border payments. That's when I was introduced to Forex trading, because we were working with companies that were doing cross-border payment, like sending funds internationally, but companies, right? And then I got into it. Like, I was so interested just to know, like, the fluctuation, like when you're sending 100,000, when it gets to that side, it's about, let's say, maybe half that, like it's like $8,000. Like, what's that fluctuation, the difference? Then my brother Nati, he was a trader as well. He started his own company. He was working with one of the guys. I'm not gonna mention his name now. They started a company, and then when he came home one day, he was talking about something called Kenja stakes, but that's the educational part of trading as well. I was like intrigued as well, like, what is this? How does it work? Okay. Then meanwhile, I'm still working with Nedbank doing cross-border payment, and my brother is doing Forex on the side, right? And then obviously what I did my own research, I started Googling different companies, but obviously when I started, I got scammed. I lost a lot of money, okay? I remember the first amount that I lost was my rent money.
Sure.
You know, my rent money, I think the consultant, she gave me a call. She said, if you deposit this 4.5 within 3 days, you're gonna have 12,000. And I needed that 12,000 at that
Obviously,
time.
Obviously,
So I was like, really? She was like, yeah. And that was my last money for my rent. I didn't have anything else.
Sure.
Right? Because remember, I was also studying fresh from, I was doing my internship, so I was fresh from school. So I was not earning a lot of money, right? I needed that 4.5 to pay for my rent, right? And then obviously, okay, I was like, okay, let's try it. Deposited the money. Within not even 3 days, within a day, 24 hours, 4,500 gone.
So now do you have like a thing that was helping you track to see? Like, can you imagine, like, you're looking at this thing, this 4.5, and then
then it's gone.
Does it go down, or it just boom, zero?
So there's something called MetaTrader, which is MT4. That's the trading platform. But I remember at that time we were not big on MT4, MT5. These are the trading platform that we use. Some brokers, they have their own platform that you can trade on. So I remember we were using their own platform. So when you deposit, you can see 4.5, but obviously it gets converted to dollars, right? And then you will get a call from, they give you signals, right, from a random person. It's like, hey, Pila, this is what is happening in the USA. Please be aware of this. If you buy this and sell this, you're gonna make this much, right? And at that time, I didn't have my own education myself, right? So obviously, I believed what he was saying because he was calling me from the company. I thought whatever information that he was giving me, it's proper information, right? Then I remember that time I was trading gold, right? So I bought gold, and then within a few hours, 4.5 was gone, like from 4.5 down to zero.
And what happens? And that's it. Like, they
that's it.
Oh, well,
that's it. There's something called, you know, salespeople, sometimes they can be so cruel, right? Like, they'll take your last cent. You know, that lady, she wants to take my last cent. She was like, okay, you lost 4.5, but you must have something like that you've saved. I was like, no, ma'am, I don't have. She's like, no. So now it's upselling, right? She's gonna offer you different services, different products. But at the first time when you deposit 4.5, there's something that she's gonna not tell you. right? Once you've lost, then she's going to tell me that there's more products that can help you and service that can help you. But at the first time, you didn't tell me about it, right?
So
but at that time,
upselling.
it's upselling, and that means she wants more money from you, right?
Sure.
So from there, okay, I was like, okay, Pilar, I think you started wrong, right? You need to go back and educate yourself, right? Obviously, all of us, when we start trading, we go to Google, YouTube, and then check different videos. And then at the time when I felt like, okay, I think I'm ready to trade now, I left the bank, I resigned, I got my money, I deposited like, I'm not gonna, but it's a lot of money.
Yes.
Right, yeah. And then I made some money for 2 months, 3 months. Again, I lost it.
So it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
Jeez.
Yeah, you learn. We call it school fees as traders, right? That's what you pay for to get the information that you need so that you can become a good trader, right? I lost the money. But at that time, I knew where I made mistakes.
Yes.
I made mistakes, right? So that's another thing that I want to advise traders. That's when you lose money, you need to have like a journal where you write where you've made mistakes so that you don't repeat the same mistake when you trade again, right? Yeah. So you need to, everything that you do, like have a trading journal, right? When you trade, let's say you're trading Euro USD, you must know where you entered, why you are buying that instrument, why you are trading that instrument, why you are entering in that price, and then why you are exiting at a certain price, which is a stop loss, right? And then that's going to help you to be able to have a track record, right? Where you make mistakes and then where you took a good decision, right? It's going to help you going forward. But most of the traders, they'll just go in and then you trade Euro USD, you just buy yourself, but you don't have the information why you are buying that instrument, why you are trading that instrument, right? So that's where you need information, like backup information. And when you're having a trading journal, it's going to help you in the years to come as well, because you're going to have like backup information, because the market, most of the time, it repeats itself. So when you see
like a
track record, so when you see, because it has there's a structure in the market, right? So for example, if the same structure, if let's say you're trading now, but 2 years back there was the same structure that you are seeing today, it's going to give you a clue. You will know that's okay. 2 years back when I saw this, right, this is what happened, based on your trading journal. But if you don't have a trading journal, you're not going to remember everything that you've done. Yes.
So basically what you are saying, the whole system is balanced by you being educated. So the education, that's why I think we didn't mention this, we just got it over, right? So that's why we have this office here in Sandton, Johannesburg. So we as EXI, we are more of an educational broker, right? We focus more on education because it's only education that's going to assist traders to grow, to be professional traders. But if you don't have education, you're not going to succeed, right? You need education, and you need a proper broker that's going to give you right information, because there's different kind of brokers. There's brokers that are here to take your money, right? And there's brokers that are here to help you grow, right? Which is us, right? Because when you grow as a trader, when you make money, right, you are trading. Maybe let me just explain this, how the broker makes money, because we get that question a lot. Yeah. Okay. So it works like a bank, right? Let's say you are trading Euro USD, you're buying and selling, right? So when you buy or you sell, there's a cost to that, which is called a spread, right? So when you are buying or you are selling, that spread, right, it's what you are charged, you as a trader, for trading that certain instrument, right? So we as a broker, that's where we make money. We don't make money, even if let's say you can deposit $50,000. We don't. It's not our money. It's your money. Same thing like a bank. If you put $50,000 at the bank, it's the bank's money. It's your money. It's not the bank's money. Yeah. But when you're doing transactions on yes, that's where you start making money. Same thing with trading. So when you are buying and selling instruments, that's where we are making money. So that's why if you go to regulated broker, which is another thing that is important, you have to trade with a broker that is regulated. We are the FSCA. FSCA. So this is an Australian broker. We are regulated with ASIC, which is one of the strongest regulating bodies globally. We are regulated in the UK. It's not just any regulation, but it must be there are a lot of brokers that are regulated in Seychelles, in Mauritius, but those are not the strongest regulation.
right?
Okay.
You need a broker that is regulated with the strongest regulation, which is
So basically, we're looking at the reputation.
the
of
reputation.
the
Yes,
broker that you are
yes. If
trying
it happens that something happens, you lose your funds. When you go to them, are they really going to help you, or they're just going to brush it off, right?
So I think I understand where the scamming idea comes in about Forex. One, it's mainly because we don't have the education that is required.
Yes.
We don't know what to do. Some of us just think that it's like lotto, you become a millionaire overnight.
Yes. Get rich quick scheme, yeah.
Get rich quick scheme. It's not a get rich quick scheme, guys. It's actually it's I believe it's like any other investment. For someone who's been in the financial services industry for a couple of years, I've learned to understand that you don't become a millionaire overnight.
Yes.
There's nothing of a sort. The only way you can do that is if you go gamble and then you get lucky, which is like a 1% chance. Every kind of investment there is, it requires you to be educated. It requires you to have the funds. You can't use your last rent money. You had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
So that's not a good idea. You need to be in a position where you can use that money to learn and be willing to lose the money. So I think a lot of people who were scammed are people who they took their last money, or like we spoke earlier about upselling, the salespeople really convicted them that they ended up using everything. They've got without having the knowledge. So it all comes down to the education and the knowledge. Now take us through to you transitioning from working from a bank and getting into this. Was it because you saw that your brother is doing so well in it, or is it something that you not only were intrigued with, but it became your passion some sort of way?
For me, the passion started when I was working at the bank, right? I wanted to know more, right?
Yes.
Because so I was part of business banking. That was our division, and then there were other divisions that were dealing with they call them trade room, right? Those are the guys that are doing the conversion rates, right? I was intrigued, like, to know, like, what are they doing, right? So obviously, when I was doing my education, going through my own research, right? That's where the passion started, right? And then just seeing how big is this thing, because maybe one thing that we didn't mention as well, this is one of the biggest markets, right? The money that is fluctuating every day, that is being traded, it's trillions. Last time I checked, it was 5.3 trillion that is being traded daily, meaning that, but obviously I'm not saying that you can make, if you put $100 you're gonna get that 5 point, obviously not. It depends on how much you put in, right? But the money that you can make, it's a lot. You can make $1 million in a day, right? If you know what you're doing, and obviously the amount that you've deposited, it's enough, right? Because you can't put $1,000 and expect to make $1 million. That's another reason why people lose money. It's greed, right? You're putting $1,000, you trade. You don't even have education, right? But you expect to make $1 million, right? That's not gonna work, right? Yeah, but just to answer your question, that's where the passion started when I was doing education as well. So meanwhile, I was trading, and then I was, I think, headhunted, I'll call it, by, I won't mention the name, one of biggest brokers also from Cyprus, right? They called me in, and they're like, okay, Pilar, this is what we are doing. We want you to join us as a business developer, right? I was like, wow. At first, I didn't know that you can work for a broker.
I was about to say, there's even careers in this industry.
Me, I just went into trade. I wanted to be a trader, right? So I just went like, let me just be a trader. And then when I got that call, I was like, Pilar, you can come work for a broker. I was like, wow, that's another step. That's one thing that I also want to share with the listeners there. That when you learn to trade, it's not only about you. There's a lot of things that you can do. Another thing that I want to share, trading is not for everyone. It comes with passion, like you said earlier. It's not for everyone. Not everyone is going to become a successful trader. Same thing, not everyone can play soccer or play rugby. We're different, right?
Not everyone is going to be a millionaire overnight.
Yes. So when you start, you have to know what you're passionate about. Are you passionate with numbers, right? Sitting in front of a screen, like now, if you check what happened in the pound sterling, it dropped because of the
just, hey, we're making money,
making
looking
money.
at those
And just,
things
yeah.
going up and down.
And just to add on that, which is now the business side, we were talking about employment, okay, which is fine. There are some people that don't want to be, most of the traders,
Yeah,
they don't want to be like, nah, I don't want to work.
Yes.
That's why I started trading. I don't want to work for anyone. So there's a business side of it, which is the partnership. That's where we're talking about, maybe you've heard it, IBs, introducing broker. That's where you partner with a broker like XZ. So you bring clients to the broker, and then they can pay you something for bringing clients.
Clients.
It's called spread, it's called rebate, right?
Oh,
we can pay you up to $15 per lot traded, but that's education. That's something for another day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Or you can do the affiliate program, right? Which is cost per acquisition, which is once off, right? So for example, let's say you bring me a client that's going to deposit a minimum deposit of $500, which is around 8,000, 9,000. I will pay you $400 for bringing me that one client. And your client still has the 500. We're not taking it from the client. So the client has the 500.
It's more like I don't want to say referral program, but the structure is almost the same. That you've brought this. Okay, that's
that's one thing. That's a good one. So if you know that you are good when it comes to marketing, you are good when it comes to affiliate marketing, getting clients, referrals, right? Instead of you being a trader, if you know that you're not good in trading, you can just become an affiliate, become an IB, and refer clients to the broker, and you get paid. There's one lady that we were just talking about with my colleagues today. She only introduced 2 clients, and she was paid $4,000. $4,000.
So you're saying I can just be sitting with the people that I know, and I'm like, hey guys, there's this thing going on. Can I introduce you? Do you have some money to fund and all of those things?
Yes. To be honest, Frank, because that's me. I just want to be frank with everyone. That's why I didn't take the routes that most people took to scam people, right? But I wanted to.
So you're saying you could have?
Yeah, I could have. With the information that I have. With the information that I have, I could have, to be honest, right? But I was like, nah, that's not me, right? I think it goes back to values, who you are, where you come from.
Yes.
I wouldn't be happy to see someone losing 100,000. Some people can
do it.
Yeah. Blow your 100,000.
And then they move on
to the next one. Blow. Yeah, but that's not me. So that's where now I want to emphasize or talk more about the business side of it.
Yes.
If you can see that no, trading is not for me, you can make a lot of money just by partnering. And on your side, to be honest, you're not going to be doing much as a partner. You're just going to refer clients. On our side, we're going to take care of your clients. We're going to give them education. If you want to have seminars, we're going to also support you with that. But we have a system that can help your clients. So like you said, if you have like friends that I ask, if they say they see that you're making money, there's a change in your life, right? And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, what are you doing? And I was like, no, I'm IB with XZ. You have a unique link that you can share.
Oh, and then they can use my link.
And then they use your link, they register, and then from there, we call them on our site, and then we just assist them from the business developers. Yeah, and then that's how simple it is.
It sounds so simple, I think only because you've gotten the education. I think what I'm getting today for me, and it's becoming very important, is in life in general, with anything that you ever want to do, it's very important for you to be educated about it. A lot of people have not only been scammed, lost money on trading alone, different kind of things have happened to people simply because they are lacking the education.
Correct.
So basically the foundation of our conversation for me is becoming, you need to be educated in everything that you are trying to attempt. You need to have the passion for everything that you're trying to attempt. Just because you're seeing me, I'm doing well in this thing, without you actually checking and learning about what I'm doing, you're like, Nami, I want to get into that, I want to do that as well. It doesn't work like that. Thank you so much for taking the time to take us through this very complex but yet so simple if you've been educated about it. It's such a beautiful industry. Just learning and hearing you speaking, I'm realizing that it's such a beautiful industry. I do believe that there's so many parts of our country where people are not aware.
They don't know. Yes.
They're not aware of this. They don't even know. You find that this person is very good with marketing. They can hold a hall and then fill that hall up, but because they don't have this information, what do you think can be done, not only maybe by the Forex industry, the government, the country as a whole? What can be done for people who want to access the education? It's either maybe they are disadvantaged where they are, they can't reach, or maybe someone will say, I want to learn, I want to know more, I just don't know where to start. Yeah.
I think for me, when you talk about the government, they've been focusing more when it comes to creating jobs on the primary sector. It's about high time now, because things have changed, right? There's new technology. Forex, it's been around for decades, right? But it's something we as an African continent, not talking about South Africa alone, but the African continent, it's something new. If you can check, Forex is big in South Africa, it's big in Nigeria. It's big. These are the biggest economies. It makes sense. These are the biggest economies. But if you're talking about countries like your Uganda, Tanzania, it's still new. It's still growing, right? So that's where now we need leaders, African leaders, to understand the power that this thing have. I have clients, obviously overseas clients, that they've been trading for, they've never worked for anyone. They are self-employed. You just wake up in the morning, you open your laptop, and then you just trade. That's it, you know. But that comes with education. Yes. Most of them, they were introduced when they were still young by their parents, right? So now it's not only the government, but it's also the parents, right? And if you are exposed, or your siblings, like me, if I'm exposed to Forex, I need to take it back home. I'm like, yo, bro, there's this thing that you can try out, right? Yeah, it's just sharing information, right? And brokers there's a lot of brokers in South Africa, right? But it's important to trade with a regulated broker. I'll emphasize that. So it's just us sharing information, and also the government needs to understand that there are different sectors that they can take advantage of if they support these brokers, right? Because if let's say we train 50,000 students, right? Let's say we go to UJ, we go to VETS, right? And then we teach them how to trade, right? Instead of them waiting to get work after graduation, they can be trading for themselves. That will decrease the unemployment rate, right? Because now they are self-employed. You can find that in the years to come, they'll just be doing trading instead of looking for work, because there's no work, right? So it's about high time the government just looks into this, and also the brokers provide proper education, because there's lots of education out there, but not all education will help you. Not everything that's out there is good for you, right? So you need to find regulated brokers, get mentors, right? Speak to people that have done it before. Speak to them again, like
any other thing.
Speak to them. You can talk to me, right? I'll tell you, this is the way you should take. That's why I'm a business developer, because that's what I do on a daily basis, right? I work with IBs and affiliates. I assist them to grow their businesses, right? Not only just putting your money and then trading, but the business side of it. Yes. When people see you making money, it's simple. If I see you making money, I'll ask you, what do you do?
How do you do it?
Like, how do you do it? And then,
I think I like what you said about us sharing information. If you are someone in the industry, it's going well for you, just share the information. That's how we're going to get this out for people to learn. Because obviously, like you said, the government mainly focuses on certain industries and doesn't look at the broader space to see what more can be done. Just to add on that,
I think the government itself, I think that's another topic for another day, but I think we also need young people in the government. The reason why I'm saying that, I remember we had a seminar in Durban. We were flying back to Johannesburg. We were sitting with one of the ministers. I'm not going to mention names. We told him about the idea that we are having. Guess what? He was telling us about stones. That's diamonds, right? It's like, hey guys, do you have any connection with stones? But we are telling him about a new industry. But he was not even interested to give us a chance to explain.
I like that point. We need to start shifting our leaders, because obviously, as much as you've said that Forex has been around for decades, it's a new thing in the African continent. And it seems like it's the younger generation that is getting what is going on. So obviously we need younger leaders to help us move with the times.
Yes.
I'm even so sad that it took us so long for us to know about this amazing industry. If there's people who have been doing it for years and years, it's been around for decades, why are we only knowing about it now? I get it. We need to push out those old leaders. It's time for them to go. We need new leaders. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us about this not so complex industry that just requires education. Thank you for sharing your journey on it. Just before we close, there's young people out there who not only maybe are focused on Forex trading, but they're just looking for ways to grow as young people. They're looking for ways to change situations at home. They're looking for ways to maybe put their degree into use with all the challenges that the country is facing. Like you mentioned, employment, there isn't much of it. The unemployment rate in South Africa is frightening. What can you say just to empower a young person who is trying things and things are just not coming together?
For me, I think I always make reference to because that's what I know, my experience, right? I think it's all about you knowing who you are, what you want, and you must have that, you must never give up, right? When you want something, you go out for it, all out. And I truly believe when you do that, that's when the higher power, the universe, I call it God, that's where it's going to connect with you, meet with you, right? As long as you know what you want and you don't give up and you believe that it's capable, that you can do it, it's possible, you can do it. And for me, it's all about that passion, that love, knowing who you are. You must have a vision, because in the body say in the Bible, where there's no vision, people perish. You must exactly know what you want, where you're going, and then you just start, initiate, because that's another problem. We come up with a lot of ideas, but you don't start. We don't start. You have an idea, but you don't wanna.
You never put it into action.
Into action. So once you have an idea, if you want to be a doctor, obviously you have to study hard. After studying, once you've done with your med, you have to go to varsity, right? Then from there, but you are doing something. But you can't just say I'm going to be a doctor, but you're not acing your studies. It comes with hard work. It comes with the passion and knowing where exactly you wanna be.
I like that. I like what you said about not only just wanting to be something or wanting to do something. You have to start. I think with everything in life, it's all about you starting. Just start where you are, and then the road will rise to meet you. I like what you said about God. He will meet you halfway. Like, he blesses the works of your hands. So if you're gonna sit and not even try something, there's no one who's gonna knock on the door and just give you money. Some may say it might happen, but I don't see that happening. So thank you so much for that very, very important advice. You have to start. Before you close as well, I forgot to mention this. I wanted to mention it when you start. We are having a seminar. We're going to be holding a seminar in Johannesburg in Sandton on the 21st of October. So if you're around Joburg, Cape Town, Durban, if you are able to come to Joburg, come join us. It's a free seminar. You're not paying for it. It's free seminar. That's free education. We are regulated. We are here to help you. Okay, right? So guys, this is it. The 21st of October, Exit Broker is hosting a free educational seminar. If you're around Joburg, come through. It's free. You can chat to us about the details. You can ask me. I don't know anything. You can ask me. I'll just pass on to him, and then you can get all the information. Remember, guys, we said it takes you starting. You have to start. Getting free education is not gonna do anything to you. You're not doing anything anyway. I'm just joking. Just get yourself educated. Even if you don't join the industry or whatnot, it's important for you to be educated. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for the
This is
opportunity,
In Conversation With, hosted by yours truly, and we had an amazing guest, Mr. Ngubane, who has shared so much. Thank you for taking the time and
Thank
for
you.
allowing us
Welcome.
to be in your beautiful working space. I really appreciate it.
You're
And I
welcome.
hope someone who needed the information is going to get the information and do something about the information.
You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you for
Thank
the
you so
opportunity
much.
as well.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hey. I'll cut that out, so no.